Redskins. It's not about the quarterback to me. It's about the coach now.
Yeah, the jury's still out on this move for me. Smith is 4 years older, and as you mentioned, Stephen A., has an NFL best touchdown to interception ratio this last season. His $71 million guaranteed, guys, would be the third most in a contract in NFL history. We move on, though, to the association now, fellas. It has been a rough go of it for Kevin Love, both on and off the court this season, and last night things did not get any better. The All-Star forward fractured his hand in the opening quarter in Detroit and is now expected to miss 6 to 8 weeks, according to our Brian Windhorst. Labreezy, talk to me.
Anytime you lose an All-Star, or you lose anybody, any part of your crew, it's a tough blow. We already limited in our bigs anyway, so we even get a lot smaller now. So, but at the end of the day, we hope for a speedy recovery for Kev and get back on the floor as soon as he can. But it's a tough blow for us.
No bueno. Stephen A., what is the impact, though, of this Love injury?
Well, I think it's devastating from the standpoint that he's clearly the second best player on the team. He's good for 18 and 9 a night. He shot 40% from three-point range, which is the second best on the team next to Kyle Korver, who barely plays. And so when you take that into consideration, he's basically your best three-point shooter. So losing him in a league where, obviously shooting is incredibly important, and then you look at the teams elevating their game, their level of play within the Eastern Conference, it spells big-time trouble for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Looking at Boston, looking at Toronto, Milwaukee's on the come up. They seem to be playing better as of late. The Detroit Pistons just acquired Blake Griffin. You look at Blake Griffin with Andre Drummond, who I'm seeing running the floor better than he ever has in his career right now. I'm very intrigued by the possibility of Blake Griffin with Andre Drummond to see what they do in the Motor City. So all of those things resonate with me. But if I'm Kevin Love, this is the best thing that could have happened to me because I get the hell away from this soap opera that's been going on all year long. He's been the odd man out. All of that drama going on in Cleveland. He was desperate to get the hell away from all of that stuff. That's why he skipped out on the team after he got hurt, supposedly, or was sick with the flu, supposedly, which a lot of teammates didn't believe more than a week ago when they got blown out in Cleveland by the Oklahoma City Thunder. This is a guy he shows up to work, he grabs his lunch pail, he does what he can do. Not the most athletic dude in the world. He clearly doesn't play elite defense by any stretch of the imagination, but he can shoot, he can spread the floor, he can rebound, and he can put up buckets. And so when you have that going on, but you're surrounded by all of this drama, you're not made of that kind of ilk. So if I'm Kevin Love, this is heaven. This is heaven. I can't admit it, of course. I got to lie about it. I got to lament the fact that, I'm hurt even though I got guaranteed dollars. I've got a contract that's in the 9 figures, and I don't have to be around all of these dudes for the next few weeks if I really, really don't want to, because now I'm legitimately hurt. They can't question the legitimacy of my injury, and I get the hell home and stay the hell away from all of these guys with all of this drama that's been going on in Cleveland. So it's a bad deal for Cleveland on a couple of ends, but in the case of Kevin Love specifically, especially since he gets to get back before the playoffs begin, this is heaven. As far as I'm concerned, don't be surprised, Max Kellerman, whether it's in Barbados or the West Indies or someplace else. Don't be surprised if we end up seeing a picture of Kevin Love chilling on the beach somewhere, sipping on some kind of fruit drink or whatever the hell it is, because he is chilling right now. I'm hurt. No one can question it. I can get the hell away from these dudes, get back when it really, really counts, and that will be that. Kevin Love is chilling. The Cleveland Cavaliers, that's a different story.
You got cousins in the island somewhere, Stephen A., with their camera phones ready to snap a picture?
Can you guys stop talking about the island?
Possible.
You're making me depressed. Seriously, the island.
The impact of this injury.
You'll get over it.
What's it going to be? Ken Love's injury could wind up being a blessing in disguise for the Cleveland Cavaliers. They weren't going to win the East in the regular season anyway, and they ain't going to miss the playoffs. We all know that. They won't be the first seed, and they ain't going to be the 9th. They'll be in the playoffs somewhere less than the first seed. Do they need home court to get out of the East? I do not believe that's the case. In fact, Stephen A., neither do you, because you also didn't think that they were likely to have the best record in the East, but you also weren't ready to depart from the point of view we both had to start the season, which is when push comes to shove, they'll get it together and get over the hump, whoever that challenger may be, and this year it's looked like the Celtics. Okay, so if home court's not the thing and winning the East is not the thing, what is the impact of the Kevin Love injury? How can it be a blessing in disguise? There's so much turmoil on this team, and the team seems to be imploding from finger pointing, not from a lack of talent. If you have LeBron James, the best player in the world, Kevin Love, a perennial all-star, and on a lesser team, even a franchise player, he was in Minnesota for a 500 team, walking double-double, 20-plus points, 10-plus boards a game, great passer. Isaiah Thomas, an MVP candidate as recently as last season. Crowder, a good two-way player as recently as last season. Tristan Thompson's a $17 million a year player, partly because of LeBron James, but partly because other than shoot, he can do some things on a basketball court. He's a good power forward. They have talent. Dwayne Wade still has some stuff he can do coming off the bench. And by the way, you mentioned Kyle Korver, etc. They have enough talent to get out of the East. It's not a talent issue. It's a fact that this team, from bad luck, injuries, personalities, etc., has not been a team yet. They're a collection of individuals. They look without to find answers, which is why people talk about maybe they'll try to trade Isaiah Thomas. Maybe they'll trade Kevin Love because he has trade value, all those things. They're looking outside of themselves for the answers. Kevin Love's now hurt. He's going to be more difficult to trade. That forces the Cavs to look at themselves to figure it out. So while Kevin Love is gone, Crowder, you figure, will get more minutes. Thompson will get more minutes. They're going to have to play, get their legs under them, start to get more touches, get more minutes, get their game up. Meantime, Kevin Love gets away from the distraction. The team is going to realize there ain't no no one's going to walk through the door and save us. We got to save ourselves. And by the time Kevin Love gets back, rested and healthy, this team may have found some answers within itself, and at any rate, Superman's not coming to save the day. This could be a blessing in disguise for the Cavs, provided Kevin Love gets back with enough time before the playoffs to get his legs.
Well, you could say that, Max, but I'm not going to let LeBron James off the hook in that regard. You're the best in the world, are you not? Figure it out. Here's the reality of the situation. Kevin Love's going to be back. He's going to be rested. He'll be rusty, but he'll be rested, and he'll be ready for the postseason because they recognize at this point in time in their careers, particularly with the team that they've assembled, it's all about what you do in April, May, and June. We get all of that. So with Kevin Love being back, you've got to look at the rest of the team. LeBron James is the best player in the world. Not only that, he's also the self-proclaimed best player in the world. He's also the self-proclaimed leader of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Everything points to LeBron James. They're not the same. This dude is on the record just the other day essentially talking about they need more from different players or whatever the case may be. I guess he was alluding to Isaiah Thomas, if I remember correctly. Well, guess what? The reason why that happened was because Kyrie Irving wanted to get the hell away from playing with you. And so as a result of that, he wanted to start anew and go to a different franchise that he could be the face of, that he could show he's the leader of. And right now, nobody has said this, but Kyrie Irving, Max Kellerman, real quick rhetorical before I get to my point. Wouldn't you concede that Kyrie Irving is the leader of the Boston Celtics at this particular juncture?
Yes.
I would say so. Wouldn't you say so? So if Kyrie Irving is the leader of the Boston Celtics, right? Guess what, Max? Guess what the subject is that we have not even broached yet? Kyrie Irving has done a better job of leading his team than LeBron James has done of leading the Cavs. No one has said that. Nobody has brought that up. Because, again, we keep pointing to the fact that this man is the best. Hold on. We keep pointing to the fact that LeBron James is the best in the world. LeBron James is the best in the world in terms of his talent. But in terms of leadership, which is something that he has confiscated, has proclaimed himself to be, LeBron James has not done the job of leading his franchise to the degree that Kyrie Irving has done in leading the Boston Celtics, and no one has said that.
That's right. This year, that's fair, and you're judged by your behavior, and just because you've done it in the past doesn't mean you'll continue to do it. This would be the 8th straight season he led his team to the finals. LeBron's shown plenty of leadership. I want to get back to the point of how this could be a blessing in disguise. Stephen A., recall, LeBron's unbelievable otherworldly finals where he was obviously the MVP but didn't get it because his team lost, when both Kyrie and Kevin Love weren't available for most of the finals, and they still went 6 games because LeBron lost his damn mind, right? When Dellavedova was his second best player, they took the Golden State Warriors 6. This could be that in reverse. This could be LeBron now having to navigate the tough times and then getting Kevin Love back and a version of Kyrie and Isaiah Thomas ready by the time he needs to make the postseason run.
I'm hearing coulds, Max Kellerman. Are you saying that LeBron will? Yes or no?
My money is on LeBron, yes.
Always on LeBron. He stays consistent.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure right now, Molly. I'm not sure based on what I'm seeing.
If the
I'm not
facts
sure.
change, his opinion
I ain't
might.
sure either, but my money's on LeBron.
That's where he's staying.
No, I understand. I get it. I understand. But I'm just saying I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure based on what I'm seeing from LeBron, the leader, this year. I'm not sure.
All right. To be continued. By the way, of all the players averaging fewer than 30 minutes per game this season, Love still averaging the most points of any of them, nearly 18. When we come back, James Harden lights up the Magic for 60 points last night while the Warriors get torched by the Jazz. So if these teams played a series today, would